The new year has just begun, and I know many of us feel a quiet pressure to decide who we're going to be, what we're going to fix, what we're finally going to get done. We make long lists, personal goals, business goals, health, finances, relationships, and it all starts to feel very serious. If you're new here, hi, I'm Epiphany, a Type A Capricorn empath and wellness strategist who also works in a fast-paced, high-pressure industry. This space was created as a place to pause, to regulate, and reconnect with yourself. I know this pressure all too well because I used to live inside it. I would set goals for every area of my life, so many that I wouldn't revisit them as often as I needed to. Not because I didn't care, but because they felt overwhelming. And then life would change. Priorities would shift, energy would move. And suddenly, those goals felt heavy, like something I was failing at instead of something I was aiming for. I want to offer a gentle reframe. This new year doesn't have to be a test. It doesn't have to be the year you do everything. It can simply be a marker, a calendar, 4 quarters, a way to orient yourself, not a countdown clock. I don't believe the solution is to not set goals. It's important for us to stretch ourselves and grow. What I've learned and I'm practicing is how to set goals that don't require my nervous system to stay in a constant state of urgency. Because growth doesn't have to be chaotic, and discomfort doesn't have to mean dysregulation. The most important thing for me now, before any achievement, is a regulated, peaceful nervous system. Everything else flows better from there. This year, I have fewer goals that are still impactful, still meaningful, still purposeful, yet prioritized differently. And that, in turn, makes them more achievable. Instead of long lists, I think of anchors, focusing on what truly matters. I ask myself questions like, does this support the way I ultimately want to feel in my body, in my life, in this season? I also remind myself that at any moment, I have the right to pause, rearrange, or change any goal that I've outlined if it no longer supports me. Before you go, let's pause for a moment. Simply ask yourself, what's one thing that would genuinely feel fulfilling to move toward in this season of my life? It doesn't have to be impressive. It doesn't have to be urgent, just meaningful. That might look like spending more time in meditation this year, writing a book, or tending to something that's been quietly calling you. You don't have to write it down unless you feel compelled to, and you don't need to rush it. Just notice what comes up. If this resonates, I invite you to stay connected by liking, subscribing, and turning on notifications. Share this with someone who might need a reminder today. And if there's a topic you'd like me to explore here, feel free to leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear what would support you. Thank you for being here.